You see, sometimes in life, God closes certain doors, not because he wants to punish you, but because he's protecting you. He has watched over your journey. He has seen your tears. He has heard your prayers. And he has kept you from relationships that would have destroyed the very calling he placed on your life. You are not single by accident. You are single by divine design. God has chosen to set you apart for a season because he knows your destiny is too important to be wasted in the wrong hands. There are seasons in your life that may not look like what you prayed for, yet they are perfectly aligned with the will of God. You may have looked around and wondered why everyone else seems to be moving forward while you remain in a place of waiting. But what you must understand is that your season of singleness has not been overlooked by heaven. It has been crafted with purpose. God does not make mistakes. If he has kept you in this space, it is not because he has forgotten you, but because he has carefully designed this season to prepare you for what's next. Too often, people measure their value by their relationship status, believing that being single means something is missing or broken. But when you belong to God, nothing about your life is accidental. Every detail has been thought through. Every step has been ordered. Every delay has been calculated. When he chooses to keep you single, it is because he is protecting a destiny, preserving a calling, and safeguarding a future that is bigger than what you can see right now. God sees the dangers you cannot see. He hears the conversations you are not privy to. He knows the hearts of people before you even meet them. And so, in his divine wisdom, he chooses to set you apart, even if it feels uncomfortable. While others might jump from one relationship to the next, you are not called to follow that pattern. You are chosen for something greater. And because of that, God cannot allow you to be entangled in something that doesn't fit the blueprint of your life. Every time you felt the sting of rejection, every time someone walked away, every time you thought love was finally coming your way, but it slipped through your hands, those were not accidents. They were interventions. God was stepping in and saying, "This is not my best for you. This is not the one I have appointed. This is not the covenant I have prepared." What you saw as rejection was really his redirection. What you thought was abandonment was really his hand shielding you from harm. You may not realize it, but being single is one of the most significant demonstrations of God's sovereignty. It is in this time that he shows you his authority over your life. He proves that he is the one in control of your story. Not culture, not timelines, not pressure from family or friends. When you see your singleness as divine design, you stop treating it like a burden and start recognizing it as a gift. A gift that allows you to walk in alignment with his timing rather than rushing into something premature. God never leaves his chosen ones to chance. He carefully orchestrates every detail. He knows when you are ready. He knows what you can handle. He knows what kind of partner will complement your calling. rather than compromise it. This is why he has placed you in this season. He is not simply keeping you single. He is keeping you safe. He is keeping you focused. He is keeping you in his will until the fullness of time arrives. Sometimes the greatest evidence of God's love is not in what he gives, but in what he withholds. It is in the not yet, the wait, the this is not for you. When you understand that your singleness is a divine assignment, you stop comparing your journey to others. You stop rushing to meet expectations. Instead, you begin to trust that your path is uniquely designed to reveal God's glory in your life at just the right moment. Think of how many times you prayed for something and later realized it would have been disastrous if God had said yes. In the same way, he is answering your prayers by keeping you single in this season. He is answering by saying, I know what you need better than you do. I see further down the road than you can see. I will not let you step into something that will derail the destiny I have written for you. That kind of love may not feel comfortable now, but it is the kind of love that will protect you for a lifetime. The enemy would love to use loneliness to convince you that your season has no value. But the truth is, your season has eternal value. God is using it to strengthen you, to refine you, to prune you, and to mold you into the vessel he needs for his kingdom purpose. If you were tied to something outside of his will, you would miss this crucial shaping process. But by keeping you single, he is ensuring that you become everything he designed you to be before he connects you with the one he has chosen for you. And so when you look back on this time, you will realize that none of it was wasted. Every lonely night, every unanswered prayer, every closed door, all of it was part of a larger plan that only God could see. You are single not because you were overlooked, but because you were chosen. Chosen to carry something greater. Chosen to live in alignment with heaven's timing. Chosen to trust that God's plan is always better than anything you could have written for yourself. There are relationships that look appealing on the surface, but carry destruction beneath the surface. You may have thought someone was the answer to your prayers, but God saw the hidden motives of their heart. He knew that if you connected with them, it would drain your spirit, derail your focus, and diminish your purpose. And so he stepped in, not to punish you, but to protect you. What you saw as a closed door was really a shield covering you from heartbreak that could have lasted a lifetime. It's easy to believe that every opportunity for love must be good. But not all relationships are God ordained. Some are sent to distract. Some are sent to destroy. And some are simply not aligned with the destiny written over your life. When God pulls you away from someone, it is because he knows what you cannot see. He knows the traps ahead. He knows the words that would wound you, the choices that would weaken you, the compromises that would cause you to lose yourself. His no is not cruelty. It is protection. Many times, You may have asked yourself why things didn't work out. Why did the person who seemed perfect suddenly disappear? Why did the one who promised forever walk away? Why did the relationship that felt so right crumble overnight? The truth is, God saw what you couldn't. He heard conversations behind closed doors. He knew intentions that were masked by sweet words. He understood the harm that would come if you continued. His hand of protection was greater than your desire for companionship. When God keeps you from a relationship, it may sting in the moment, but it saves you from scars in the future. Heartbreak has a way of lingering long after the relationship ends. It takes pieces of your identity. It plants seeds of insecurity. It creates wounds that can take years to heal. But God, in His mercy, will not allow everyone to access your heart. He guards you, not because you are weak, but because you are chosen. He knows the value of what you carry, and He refuses to let it be trampled by the wrong person. Think of how many destinies have been derailed by toxic connections. Dreams cut short, callings compromised, joy stolen. All because someone tied themselves to the wrong person at the wrong time. God sees the weight of your assignment, and He knows it cannot afford to be hindered by unnecessary battles. That is why He sometimes allows rejection to be your redirection. He lets someone walk away so you can continue walking toward your purpose unchained. There are people who appear attractive, but are really distractions. They pull your eyes away from God. They lure your heart away from holiness, and they leave you empty. This is why divine protection is necessary. God is not simply keeping you single. He is keeping you safe from settling for less than His best. Every relationship outside His will may look promising for a season, but it always ends in brokenness. His protection ensures you won't have to rebuild your life from unnecessary ruin. What may feel like loneliness now is actually God creating space for peace later. If He allowed every relationship you wanted, your heart would be burdened with baggage you were never meant to carry. Instead, He chose to preserve your spirit. He chose to give you time to grow in wholeness, to strengthen your identity, to prepare you for the kind of covenant that won't require you to lose yourself to keep someone else. That is His love in action, even if it doesn't look like it. Sometimes God will even allow someone to reveal their true character before you get too far in. What you thought was the end of something good was really the beginning of your deliverance. Those moments when the mask slipped, when the truth came out, when the disappointment hit, that was not coincidence. That was God pulling back the curtain and saying, "This is not the one I have chosen for you." His revelation is always tied to His protection. It may hurt to let go of what you thought would last, but consider the pain you avoided by not being tied to the wrong person for decades. Consider the energy you preserved, the tears you didn't have to shed, the healing you didn't have to struggle through. That's what God was saving you from. Every no, every departure, every rejection was really an act of love written in invisible ink. At the time, it may have looked like loss, but it was really gain in disguise. And so when you think back on the relationships that never worked out, do not see them as wasted time. See them as divine protection.